All right, man. Torture Talk. Good afternoon, good evening. 6 o'clock show. You know what it is, man. We back in here. So today I'm going to be talking about Dame Dash trying to sell his stock in Rockefeller that he has because of certain reasons. We're going to be watching a video courtesy of Will Evans. You know, y'all know Will, urban legend over here. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so make sure y'all go follow him. He is a pretty big channel. I like Will. You know what I'm saying? Seems like he's a cool Cali nigga. You know what I mean? So maybe one day I can interview him on this show. So look, man, I gotta get my spill. This is Torture Talk, the 6 o'clock show. You know what it is. If you like the content, please subscribe. If you're not subscribed, let me work for your subscription today. Also, to all the beautiful ladies, put one in the chat. All the fellas, you know what find the ones at. Don't be harassing them, though. I don't sell no merch, but I do have content, and that's free if you want to leave a donation. Links is on the screen. Cash App, PayPal is in the description. Also, too, they called me the hidden gem. I went from 1,000, 1,300 subscribers to almost 9,000. And I feel pretty good. So I'm trying to get to 10 by the end of this week or next week. I want to get to 20. I want to get to 1 million eventually. And it can happen. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. So let's get to it, man. Let's do it. We're going to go right into the video and let's go.
Urban Legend Will Evans, you know what it is, bro. Let's talk about it. Dame Dash is auctioning off his shares in Rockefeller Records, 33.3%, a third of the company, and he's actually trying to get Kendrick Lamar to buy.
That's actually a pretty big chunk. 33.3%. That's a lot. That's a lot. Damn. If I had the bread, I would buy it. That's a lot. Somebody could buy that and resell it. You know what I'm saying? But that's a lot. Let's keep going. And he's trying to sell it to Kendrick? Oh, shit. Yo. Shout out to Kendrick, man. He picked that up, boy. Woo. Damn.
He went on Instagram and begged Kendrick Lamar to buy it. And he's also being encouraged to sell it to Drake. You know, Lupe Fiasco has encouraged Dame Dash to sell this Rockefeller share to Drake and saying that Drake is going to keep it safe. I want to show you guys what's going on with Dame Dash. Recently, he put a video.
What's going on with Lupe, man? Why is Lupe just taking the opposite position of Kendrick? I got a whole video talking about Lupe and Kendrick that I didn't release yet. And I'm going to release it eventually. You know what I'm saying? I'm still working on it. But I'm going to start releasing extra videos. It's going to be a schedule every day, but some days I'm going to release extra videos. It's going to be extra videos, so be on the lookout for that. You know what I'm saying? It might not be as long as the regular videos, but I'm going to be releasing extra ones here and there. You know what I'm saying? Stuff just pops up. Anyway, yeah, why is he always hating on Kendrick? Not even hating on Kendrick, but why does he always take a stance against Kendrick? And he's like, oh, I think Drake, he should sell it to Drake. Like, come on, bro. There's so many other artists out there that he could sell it to. Why Drake, though? And I remember him saying that. He said it in the spaces. I remember hearing that. And he said it. And I'm like, why do you got to hate on Kendrick so much? It's crazy.
Up saying that he's broke.
Somebody asked me how I got so broke. Investing in my dreams. You know, when you're investing in your dreams and you dream big, you're always going to be broke. You'll have a lot of it, but
I don't know about that. And I got a lot to say about this towards the end, about Dame Dash. I got a lot to say. But let's go.
Money for nobody else. That's what you call broke. But that's what it is. But either way, I'm going to get with y'all. Stay tuned. I'm curious to see how it all rolls out. But, you know.
And after that video, the internet went to a frenzy, and I just started reading articles and trying to put two and two together on what's going on with Dame Dash. Dame Dash will reportedly have Rockefeller shares auctioned off after sale attempts. That's what the headline says of the article. It says that he's been trying to sell this thing for a little while now. Jay-Z has tried to block him from selling it. Obviously, Jay-Z wants to retain the ownership to himself, I would assume, especially because if somebody owns a third of Rockefeller Records, they own a third of all the catalog that Rockefeller put out. And everybody knows how Jay-Z loves Reasonable Doubt and wants to protect it in all ways that he can. Dame Dash has been trying to sell this to pay off his debt after a lawsuit with this guy, Josh Weber, who's a film director, who sued Dame Dash for allegedly falsely claiming to people that he owned the rights to a film that he was fired from. So basically, Dame Dash.
Yeah, I remember that. When was that? 2000 and something. Was it 2021 or something like that? But I remember him saying that he owned the rights to this movie, and the dude, basically steamrolled him, got him up out of here.
Was working with this guy, Josh Weber, at Muddy Water Pictures. That's the name of the company. And they were producing this film called Dear Frank. They're creating this film. Dame Dash gets fired from working with the company. And then he goes out publicly and says that he owns the company and that he owns the business and he owns the movie, rather. Not the business, but the movie, rather. So Dame Dash doing that caused a situation where he was sued for copyright infringement, and he was also sued for defamation. After that, he lost that lawsuit.
That's crazy. Yo. Damn, you got sued for both of those? Bro, that's wild.
So $800,000 was owed to Josh Weber, the guy that actually made the movie, and Dame Dash has been trying to sell his Rockefeller stake to pay that guy off. Now, that's what's been going on, man. Jay-Z is trying to devalue the share of Rockefeller from Dame Dash so nobody buys it. But seems like it's Dame Dash's only asset that could be.
Oh, and how does he devalue it? I need to look into that. What does he mean by devalue? What do you mean? Like, I don't know.
Sold, or maybe the judge wouldn't have, ordered that Dame has to sell that. So Jay-Z is going to try to devalue it because he doesn't want anybody else to have it. And I don't blame him for that. I mean, I understand Dame is trying to get in position, but if I owned a company and I built the company up and one of my partners is trying to sell a stake to a random person, I'm going to feel a way too. That's just me personally. It says Dame Dash fired back at Jay-Z for his latest move regarding Reasonable Doubt. It said that the label's co-founder was still trying to sell off his shares, Dame Dash, of the company and reaffirmed his plans to do so. He said they can say what they want. This ish is still for sale. You're not buying a copyright. You're buying a piece of a company. Rockefeller Inc. Please only. Serious inquiries only. So basically, Jay-Z made it public that if you buy Rockefeller, you only buying the copyright to the company. You're not actually buying the shares of the company. He's trying to devalue it. And Dame Dash say he don't care what.
Okay, so now I understand. But even if you are buying the copyrights, that's a pretty big deal.
They talking about, basically he's going to sell it regardless. Now, he's been looking to Kendrick Lamar to buy this. He posted this on Instagram. He said, Kendrick Lamar, my third is for sale if you want to buy it. And he reposted a screenshot of an old tweet from Kendrick that said, I'm sorry, Reasonable Doubt is better than Illmatic. Kendrick Lamar tweeted that. Dame Dash reached out to Kendrick, tagged him and said, my third is for sale if you want to buy it. Now, Dame has also been being encouraged by Lupe Fiasco to actually sell it to Drake. A lot of people don't want this to happen, but it's not too many people that can actually buy this thing and, feel comfortable about it. So,
yeah, man, the Lupe, I just don't know what to say about this dude anymore. And I know he went on record and said that he doesn't have anything against Kendrick and all this stuff, but there's too many examples of him just speaking on Kendrick. And it's like, bro, he hasn't said nothing to you about you. Nothing. He did it in the Monster freestyle. But outside of that, like, he hasn't said nothing about you. So I think Drake should buy it. I don't know if it was directly correlated to the two because Kendrick, because Dame Dash contacted Kendrick on Twitter, but he's just a hater to me. I don't know what's going on with Lupe.
Drake is obviously a hip hop fan. Drake is one of those guys that he loves this whole thing. He loves buying artifacts from hip hop. He loves buying like memorabilia and different things like that. So Dame Dash is not seemingly excited to sell it to Drake, but maybe that ends up being a situation that he can actually, get this Rockefeller share off and, get his life back on track. It seems like Dame is trying to sell it for 10 million plus. Maybe he feels like that's enough money to get his life back on track and do what he needs to do. But Lupe Fiasco did recommend that Dame sell it to Drake. This is what Lupe said. He said, Drake will keep it safe for generations to come. This is a grail and influence.
How the fuck you know that, nigga? That's what I mean. Like, Lupe just says anything sometimes. He's a great lyricist, but you need to shut the fuck up sometimes, nigga. Like shut up. Won't you wrap your mouth up, nigga? You know what I mean? Be good at that. Be good at wrapping that fucking mouth up, nigga. Because you just be talking. Shut the fuck up, nigga. God damn.
And an innumerable amount of rappers, to see it peddle such a lack of grace genuinely hurts my feelings a little bit. Lupe said also, F it, either donate it to museums for safekeeping or seriously let Drake make an offer so he can put it where it needs to be. He said, or just keep the ish, OG.
Come on, bro. So there's nobody else you would offer that to but Drake. That's what I said, bro. These niggas, man, they just hate Kendrick, bro. They just be hating on Kendrick. I don't care. You can't convince me that Lupe didn't say this just to get under Kendrick's skin, bro. I don't care. I don't care. He said this to fuck with Kendrick, bro. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
You should be infinitely proud of this. Without it, there is no me, as I am, and I'm sure other MCs will agree. So that's basically what Lupe said. Either sell it to Drake or put it in the museum. I don't know what Dame Dash is going to do with this whole situation. Obviously, he has to make some money because he has to pay off his debts, and he's being ordered to sell it or is going to be auctioned off by the feds. Allegedly, that's what reports are saying. So if that's true, then he may not have the option to sell it to who he wants to. And I think it's just a hell of a fall from grace for Dame Dash to even be in this position. I was hoping that Kanye would have stepped up and bought these Rockefeller shares. I don't know that I want to see it with Kendrick Lamar or with Drake. And I think Dame probably reached out to Kendrick because he feels like Kendrick is somebody that loves hip hop. Maybe he's like, I'm leaving it in good hands. That's somebody that's a real artist and somebody that Dame maybe respects. And, maybe that's the situation on why he would feel Kendrick is the right fit. I
could understand that. And I think that that's the reason why he asking Kendrick. I think he would ask Drake if he really wants the money. I think that he wants to put it in Kendrick's hands because he knows that Kendrick is different from Drake. I think he looks at Drake as kind of same as Jay. To me, that's what I believe. That's the reason why he hasn't. I mean, I don't know if he could have had a talk with Drake and Drake could have said no. I don't know. But from looking from the outside in, I think that that's the case.
Never responded to Lupe saying sell it to Drake. I don't think hip-hop fans want to see Dame Dash sell Rockefeller to Drake. I think they would much rather see it go to Kendrick Lamar. Me personally, I would rather see him sell it back to Jay-Z or sell it back to Biggs, but he's not going to do that because of the history between him and Jay-Z. Maybe he sells it to somebody else, another artist, maybe another business person. I just don't want to see a Martin Shkreli situation where somebody that's not from the culture owns a third of Rockefeller, owns Reasonable Doubt after everything that it symbolized, that company symbolized for the hip-hop community, coming from nothing, doing it yourself, doing it without the big corporations and making your own company and figuring it out. I just think that has to be sold to somebody that's worthy. And I think Kanye West can afford it, and I think Kanye West would be a great owner. He used to work there. It's kind of like a similar situation to Snoop Dogg and Death Row. Snoop Dogg ended up buying Death Row after all these years. I think Kanye West would be a dope owner if he can afford.
Damn, I didn't even know that. Yo, I didn't even know that Snoop brought Death Row. I didn't even know that. That's crazy. I didn't know that.
He can afford to do it, and I think Kanye will probably be interested. I don't know. I know Dame and Kanye have said they had close relationships, a close relationship in the past, so maybe that's somebody to reach out to. I don't know why Kanye wouldn't have reached out about it already, but it seems like Dame Dash really wants to get this thing sold. He actually put a video up saying if somebody buys it for 10 million plus, he'll give them a Rockefeller chain. So he's trying to sweeten the pot. He's trying to sweeten the deal for somebody, whoever's going to buy it. I don't know if that's going to work, but I do hope that Dame Dash bounces back, gets on his feet financially, because he has kids to feed. He has a family, he has a wife. I don't want to see him in this situation where, he's hawking off Rockefeller chains, or, it's going to be perceived that way because of everything that Dame Dash said in interviews, and all the things that he used to talk about, and all the things that he used to, stand on, the morals he used to stand on about, how he conducts business and who he is and all those different things. And we know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? So it seems like people are going to, take shots at Dame, but I hope that Dame gets on his feet, and I hope that Dame, finds a way through this financially and sells it to the right person and gets back in a good position financially, because I don't want to see that man lose. So,
all right. So we're gonna end it there. Make sure y'all go follow him, Urban Legend. Yeah, so I don't really feel too much sympathy or feel sympathetic for Dame Dash like that anymore, like I used to, because I just chalked it up that Dame Dash is just a horrible businessman. He's just a horrible businessman. Because if you think about it, he has lost everything. And now he's gotten to this point. But every time I see an interview with him, he's always talking about how you can do this, you can do that, you can do this, you can do that, you can be rich, you can this and that. I know how to entrepreneurship. I know what I'm doing here. I know how to take it from there. I know how to do this. But I remember when he extorted RZA, or he did some shit to RZA with ODB. I remember that. I remember him screaming and yelling and all that. Not to say that he deserves it because of that. I'm just saying, like, you got to be a horrible businessman if all this stuff keep happening to you. Like, you don't, like, if you were that good of a businessman, to me, if you were that good, then most of the stuff wouldn't have probably happened to you. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z moved on and went and became whatever he is. Everybody else, but you just seem like you're the only one, and just not the only one, but you seem like you're one of the major figures from back in the day that's put in a certain situation where you're saying you're broke now. How you broke when you had one of the biggest dynasties of all time in rap history? How you broke? What happened? I don't know. Maybe I need to know, did you get cut out of the streams, or what happened? How did you lose all this? And I don't believe you're completely broke. I believe you got some money somewhere. That's what I believe. But if you're trying to sell this off to pay off somebody, I don't know. Maybe you could do it. But for me, I don't feel too much sympathy for him. I really don't. But that's just Clock Show, man. See y'all tomorrow morning. Y'all have yourself a good night, man. Go eat some spaghetti and meatballs and all that shit. No, actually, don't eat no meatballs, but just eat some spaghetti and meat sauce and cut up sausage. Don't say sausage. Pause. You know what it is? All right, man. See y'all.